Yeah, so good afternoon once again, and then let's now begin our work. So we want to continue. We are doing current electricity and we have to make some good progress today. Remember, all of you are preparing for the JEE entrance exam. So if you are preparing for the JEE entrance exam, then our familiarity level should be higher. So put effort, then familiarity levels will be higher. I hope all of you have got a copy of the answer key for the test. If you didn't get it, ask me for one, I will give it. All your coordinators have, so you ask them, they'll give. Or you ask Ramesh, he will give. You ask for a copy. Some of you smart people have corrected it and sent it to me. And I have gone through that and I have made corrections, and then I have given you the answer, the final score. So those of you who want the final score quickly can do the same, correct it and then take your old paper, correct it and then send it to me. And then again, I will go through it, and then again, I can tell you if there are any changes and then give you the final marks. So if you want things to get done faster, so that's a easier, faster method. So I have already, I think some 14, 15 of you all have done it and sent it to me, and I have given you back with the corrections, if any. Okay, so if you want it fast, please do that. So that way also it will be a little easy for us. So yeah. So now let's move on. I was doing some problems on the cube, and I'll just do one last question more to understand the theory, and less, you don't get these kinds of questions in your exam. In your exam, you'll get only series parallel Wheatstone bridge. Okay. But in the JEE advanced, you will get questions of this kind. In the JEE mains, I have seen only questions on series parallel. I have not seen questions beyond that. So this is the thing. So we did last class, we did with another technique. In that particular technique, what we did is we tried to mark the current through each, and then we tried to work it out. Now, while working with this, I also explained to you that if you look at this point and maybe this point, the potentials will be the same. So let me name it. So I have A, B, C, D. Then I have E, F, G, H. So A and E are at the same potential, and F and B are also at the same potential. Yeah, F and B are also at the same potential. A few of you are worried as to how are you able to say that these two are at the same potential. So I'll tell you this whole concept of symmetry. Okay, one more thing, friends, I will tell you. When you are watching these classes online, some of you smart people are actually putting this on and then going to sleep. Okay, so which is perfectly right. There's nothing, there is no correct answer, there is no wrong answer. Which is perfectly right. But please understand, what is your aim? Okay, what is your aim? What do you want to do? And accordingly decide how you would like to spend this time. Now, one thing I can tell you from my experience over the past 20 years, and then again as a student, is every student has achieved what he or she wanted to achieve as long as they fought for it. Now, if somebody is not willing to fight for it, then nobody can do anything. So please understand that. Okay, so coming back, I want to explain to you how I say that F and B are at the same potential. Now I look at this point B. I look at this point B and then I see that it is one resistor away from the negative terminal. One resistor away from negative terminal. This is the negative terminal. I see F. F is also one resistor away from negative terminal. F is also one resistor away from negative terminal, right? Now, if you see, F is two resistors away from positive terminal. If you see B, B is also two resistors away from positive terminal. Okay, so because of this, I say that F and B will be at the same potential. And by a similar logic, I can say A and B, A and E are also at the same potential. Now, whenever I have points at the same potential, if I want, I can connect wires. If I don't want, I can remove wires. Okay, if I want, I can connect wires. If I don't want, I can remove wires. So now assume I connected a wire between F and B, and I connected a wire between E and A. Okay, so if I connected the wire, I will now redraw the circuit. So first thing is A and E are at the same point. So now A and E are at the same point, F and B are at the same point, right? So A and E are at the same point, then F and B are also at the same point. So now I'm going to redraw the circuit. Yeah, so it will take me little time. If you can draw it by yourself, great. If you can't draw it, just have patience and then we will be able to get it. So let's see. So first, joining A and B, there is a resistor. Then joining E and F, there is a resistor. So I have joined these two. Now from F and B, two resistors are going away. So two resistors are going away. Now these two resistors are going to C. So this is that point C. C. Now same thing here, A and B also the same thing. Here, here. Now this is a C and this is a D. Now D and C are connected by a resistor. Here D and C are connected by a resistor. Now let me see. So totally I have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 I have drawn. So I have drawn this, I have drawn this, I have drawn this. A and B I have drawn, this I have drawn. Yeah, so next what I am going to see is from F there is a resistor going to G. From F there is a resistor which is going to G. Here is a resistor which is going to G. Here is a resistor going to G. Then from B also there is a resistor going to G. Okay, so there is a resistor going to G. Then from A and E also there is a resistor going to H. So here there is a resistor going to H and there is a resistor going to H. Now these two are joined. Yeah, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So perfect, I have finished my work. So now let's see how now you can find that this is series parallel, full series parallel. This is R and R in parallel, R by 2, R by 2, R. So this is 2R. Yeah. So now you can work on it series parallel. So I will now redraw. So this gives me R by 2. This gives me R by 2. This gives me 2R. This gives me R by 2. This gives me R. And I have the power between them. So this 2R and R by 2 are again in parallel. So 2R and R by 2 will become 2R into R by 2 divided by 5R by 2. So the 2 goes up. So this R gets cancelled, 2 gets cancelled. So it is equal to 2R by 5. So this is 2R by 5. So now they are all in series. So R plus 2R by 5 is equal to 7R by 5. That is in parallel with R. So the final will become 7R by 5 into R by 7R by 5 plus R. So that will become 7R by 12. So that's what we got the other way also. Yeah. So before you ask me that I don't understand, think a little. Think a little and try to do it. I will again teach you. Okay, so let me redraw the circuit. So you have 12 resistors which are connected this way. So in the first step, I am naming all the ends. So I have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So I have named all the points A, B, C, D and E, F, G, H. So this is going to be the circuit. So now you have to find out the effective resistance of this. So the first point I'm telling is that point number A and C and F are at the same potential. Okay, so I'm marking those points with red. C and F are at the same potential. Because they are at the same potential, I am connecting them by a wire. Okay, now why are they at the same potential? You look one resistor away from negative. This is also one resistor away from negative. Now it is two resistor away from positive. C is also two resistor away from positive. Can you make this notes? Can you write down? F and C are at the same potential. Similarly, E and D are also at the same potential. Please try to write down why these two are at the same potential. If you look, they are one resistor from positive, one resistor from positive, and they are two resistors from negative, and they are two resistors from negative. So they will be at the same potential. Between 2 points at the same potential, I can add wire, I can remove wire. So in this case, I have added wire. Okay. So once you understand this, please make notes. Don't just keep watching the thing and then work out. It is not going to work. After this, now I am going to redraw the circuit. Understand that the C and F are at the same point. D and F are at the same point. And here you have resistors. Here you have resistors. Here you have resistors. Okay. So all these are resistors. All these are resistors. Here you have resistors. Now this wire you don't have a resistor. Here again you have a resistor. So now B and D are together. Because E and D are together, I have put E and D together. This is E here. This is a D here. Similarly, F and C are together. So E here, F and C are together. So F C, D. These are together. Now I'm going to draw this portion. So from F there is a wire which is going to G. So from F there is a wire going to G. From C also there is a wire going to the same point G. I joined them. Then from E and D there is a wire going to H. So here there's a wire going to H, and here there's a wire going to H. Now between H and G there is a wire. Between H and G there is a wire, right? So okay, so I'm not very happy with this drawing. My earlier drawings were better. So what I'll do is I'll just go back a little. So E and F, D and C, you guys understand. So from D, I'm taking a connection to a point H. So from E, there is a wire to H. From D, there is a wire to H. Similarly, from F, there is a wire to G. And from C, there is a wire to G. And these two are connected. These two are connected. So this is much better and cleaner. Now I will draw the other wires in another color. I'll come to this side, E to A and D to A. So A here, this is the one, this is the one. Similarly, from F and C to B, here F and C to B. Okay, so this is A and this is B. Now between A and B, there is another resistor. So there is another resistor. Now if I look at it, I have drawn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have drawn 12 resistors. 12 resistors are there here. Now these are all series parallel. These two are in parallel. These two are in parallel. They are all in series, in parallel, all in series. Now work as series parallel. Now please work with them as simple series parallel circuits. Yeah, send me that, because I have to send the report. Whatever you have evaluated, send that to me, then I will tell you. Okay, so others, please quickly work on this and get an answer. Please work on it. Now they are all in series parallel, and then you should be able to get an answer. Yeah, are you all able to work? Are you all able to see what is happening? Yes. Yeah, so no questions. Yeah, I'm waiting for some response from your side. If you guys are able to understand, I will move on. I have done my job here. Yes, Veer Kumar. So many of you, there are 150 of you, more than that. So please respond, quickly respond, then we move on. Yeah, quite a few of you are there. Please respond if you don't understand. What is it that you don't understand? Tell me so that I'll quickly work on that. Final answer, you will get some 7R by 12. Okay, so if you all have got it, then let me move ahead. So these are the different techniques which are available to us. Okay, these are the different techniques which are available to us for problem solving. Okay, we get only series parallel in our exam, but worst case, if they come in the JEE exam, definitely in the advanced exam, you can get any of these concepts. Okay, so we want to understand that. So let us move on. Let us move on and let us understand that we are trying to understand techniques of solving a given question. The last effort that we put on any question is to use Kirchhoff's law. Forget about the spelling, okay? Kirchhoff's law. So now what we are going to do now is we are going to learn how to use Kirchhoff's laws and then work. Okay, so I'll work with questions where there is only one resistor, and then subsequently we will take up questions where there are multiple resistors. So suppose this is R, this is R, this is R, and this is R, and this is R. The question is, one, what is the current in the circuit? What is the current in the circuit? Okay, so the way we will work on it is, you can do it in multiple ways, students, but again, guides will tell you different ways. Do it the way I am telling you, you will find it easy. It may be initially little difficult to learn, but if you learn it, you will be able to do more number of questions that way, I can assure you. Okay, so first, current leaves the positive terminal and current enters the negative terminal. Okay, please understand, current leaves the positive terminal, current enters the negative terminal. Let me make a note of that. Current leaves a positive terminal and enters the negative terminal. Then understand that current leaving a battery equals current entering a battery. So if I is leaving this way, same I must be coming. Okay, so why should current I entering be equal to current leaving? Because the battery does not create or generate charges. It only makes the charges move around. Okay, so this is current I going this way, I going this way. So if I is going this way, the current here will be equal to some I1. Because I don't know what it is, I wrote it as some I1. So look, I is coming this side, I1 goes this way. So how much will be going this way? I minus I1. Same I1, same I minus I1, I minus I1. What will be here? I minus I1 plus I1 will become I. Okay, please understand that a resistor does not consume current. Okay, a resistor does not consume current. What does a resistor do? It kind of consumes energy. And where do you see energy? You see energy in voltage. So when you cross a resistor, when you cross a resistor in the direction of current, voltage decreases. Okay, when you cross a resistor in the direction of current, voltage decreases. Again, friends, some of you are not able to write down all these things in the exam. I am giving you quite reasonable explanation. Okay, but I don't know, I don't see these words in the exam. Yeah, so it's important that we understand what it is. And well, CBSE is not memory oriented, but any explanation has to be given in the right way. Okay, so resistor does not consume current, so it consumes energy. Energy means voltage. So when you cross a resistor in the direction of the current, voltage decreases. Okay, so now I have loops. So I have one loop here. So in this loop, I am going to apply Kirchhoff's law. So if I apply Kirchhoff's law, loss of resistance I into R plus I1 into R plus I into R is equal to V. I into R plus I1 into R plus I into R is equal to V in this particular loop. So this is the loss in potential, this is the gain in potential. When I go from negative to positive, I gain potential. In the direction of current, I am losing potential. So here loss in potential is equal to the gain in potential. So if I write this as an equation, I'll get R into 2 times I plus I1 is equal to V, or 2 times I plus I1 is equal to V by R. Okay, so there are two unknowns, so I need one more equation to write. So I look for one more loop. So I can go for this big loop here, big loop I can go, or I can go for the small loop. Anything, I will go for the small loop. So I will start from here. So if I start from here, I minus I1 into R plus I minus I1 into R. Now you see here I am going in the direction of current, so I am losing. Now when I'm going this way, I'm going against the direction of current, so I'll be gaining. So loss is equal to gain. What is the gain? I1 into R. So I can cancel off all the R's, and I can say that 2I minus 2I1 is equal to I1, or 2I is equal to 3I1, or I1 is equal to 2I by 3. Now when I substitute that here, I'll change my color. I will see that 2I plus 2I by 3 is equal to V by R. So LCM, I'll get 8I by 3 is equal to V by R. The question is, what is the current in the circuit? So I is equal to V, so 3V by 8R. I is equal to 3V by 8R. So this is how you apply Kirchhoff's law and then do this. Okay, can you please think about this for a few minutes, work it out, and then ask. Okay, first you learn, first you think about what I said, write it down, work it out, and then come back. Now let me see what are the doubts. What will be the answer if we take the same answer, whether you take small loop or big loop? You have two unknowns, you want two equations to solve them. So I took. If you take the big loop, how will the equation look like? I will write that equation also. I will write that equation in this, excuse me, I'll write that equation in this box for the big loop. For the big loop, I into R plus I minus I1 into R plus I minus I1 into R plus I into R is equal to V. So I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll get 4I minus 2R minus 2I1 minus 2I1 into R is equal to V. So here you got one equation, here you got another equation, solve both of them, you will get the same thing. Okay, if you want me to show you, here it is. You will get 4I minus 2I1 is equal to V by R, and you got 2I plus I1 is equal to V by R. You will get 2I plus I1 is equal to V by R. So what I will do is I will multiply 2 with this. I'll multiply 2 with this. This will become 4, 2 and 2. Now I'll add them. When I add them, this will get cancelled. So I'll get 8I is equal to 3V by R, or I is equal to 3V by 8R. So that's the same thing we got on the other side. From here, how can you find R effective? From here, how can you find R effective? Now, I is equal to V by R effective. So that is equal to V by 8R by 3. So 8R by 3 is equal to R effective. Okay. Now these two are in series, 2R. 2R and R are in parallel. So the net is 2R by 3. 2R and 2R by 3 are in series. So it is 2R plus 2R by 3. That is 8R by 3. That is what we got. Okay. So, okay. Hmm. Okay, so I hope you are able to understand. So think about it, take 2 more minutes, make sure that you are completing it, and then we will move ahead. Yeah, so if you are able to get this, then let's move on. Now here is this. So let me go to another circuit. Okay, now here is another circuit. So I'll put two batteries now. Suppose this one is V volts, or let me say this is 10 volts. This one is 2 volts. This is R, 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 or call this R by 2, R, R. The question is, what is the current through A, R by 2, and B through the 2 volt battery? What is the current through A, R by 2, and B 2 volt battery? Now, this question is a tough one, but it can come in your NCERT board exam. Suppose this question comes in the NCERT board exam, how will I do it? Okay, so when I want to do it for an NCERT board exam, I will first name the points. So this is A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, then what I will do is the next step is always to mark the currents. So mark currents. To mark currents, understand that when there are multiple batteries, choose one battery as the driver battery. Choose any one battery. Choose any one battery as the driver battery. Okay, so here you have 10 volt and 2 volt. So which do you think will be the driver battery? So this 10 volt will be the driver battery. For the driver battery, current always leaves the positive terminal and current always enters the positive terminal. So I is leaving, I is entering. Now current has reached this junction. When current has reached this junction, I will assume I1 is going this side, and so I minus I1 is here. Here I minus I1 continues, 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 I minus I1, and then again here again it becomes I. So choose one driver battery. That is the first step. The second step is to mark currents in the circuit. Mark currents in the circuit. So I have done. I have marked the currents also in the circuit. Yeah. So now after this, what is the next step? Now I will choose loops. So let me choose loop A, B, E, F, A. A, B, E, F, A. So I'll start from A and end at A. So I have I into R plus I1 into R by 2 plus I into R is equal to 10. I into R plus I1 into R by 2. In this particular loop, I looked at those points. Here I am gaining. Here I'm sorry, losing potential, losing potential, losing potential. Here I'm going from negative to positive. So I am gaining potential. I added up all the losses equal to gain. Now I'll rearrange it and simplify this. So I will get 4 times I into R plus I1 is equal to 20. This is I into I is 2. I took some LCM and then rearranged it. So this is equation 1. Okay. Now I have to look at another loop. I like to take this loop. Any loop you can take. Small loop, big loop, any loop you can take. So I'll take this loop. Okay. So I'll start with B and end with B. So now if I start with B, I minus I1 into R, loss in potential. Now you're going from positive to negative. So when you're going from positive to negative, again you lose plus 2. Here again, you are going from positive, you are going in the direction of current. So lose I minus I1 into R. Now here I am going against the direction of current. So equal to I1 into R by 2. Do you understand this? Here, because you are going from the positive terminal to the negative terminal, you will lose potential. Then here, because you are going against the direction of current, you will gain potential. So loss in potential is equal to gain in potential. So now when I simplify this, first I can, I'll get 2IR minus 2I1R plus 2 is equal to I1R by 2. I'll rearrange it. So I'll get 4IR minus 4I1R plus 2 is equal to I1R. So I'll bring these this side. So I'll get 2 is equal to 5I1R minus 4 times I into R. So I've got here there is an R here. So I've got one equation here is my second equation. I can solve these two simultaneously. So here I solve them simultaneously. So I'll get 4IR plus I1R is equal to 20. Then I have minus 4IR plus 5I1R is equal to 2. Now I will add them. I'll get 6I1R is equal to 22, or I1 is equal to 11 by 3 into 1 upon R. So the question was, what is the current through R2? We found out 11 by 3 R. Now once you know I1, you get the value for I, and then you can find out I minus I1 is the current through the 2-volt battery. Work it out. Please focus on the procedure. A lot of you focus only on the answers. The answers are not important. It is how I wrote what I did. That is what is more important. Understand the fact that when you draw the currents, there are two unknowns. One is I is one unknown, I1 is one unknown. So all that you need to do is you need to find out two variables. So to find out two variables, you need two equations. So that is what I did. You can't take 2-volt battery. You can take, actually there's nothing wrong in it, but there you'll get negative values. So now you think always the higher battery will be the driver. You didn't multiply 2 with 2. Okay, if I made some mistake, don't worry, you work it out. Yeah, please work it out. Don't rely on my answer. It seems I made some mistake, so don't copy. Yeah, all electrical appliances consume energy. They don't consume current. Correct. Okay, so we don't take the 2-volt battery as the driver battery because that's a smaller voltage. So always the larger voltage will be the battery. Okay, so it seems I didn't multiply a 2, so there is an issue in my whatever I did. So please rectify it. Rectify. Don't blindly copy. Don't blindly copy from my notebook. This is my notebook. So it seems an R by 2. It seems, yeah, there is an R by 2 here. So there's an R by 2 here. So when I have an R by 2 here, I have to, yeah, so this equation is wrong. So the correct equation should be 8IR minus 8I1R plus 4 is equal to IR. So when you shift it, you will get 4 is equal to 9I1R minus 8IR. So the answers will be little different from what I got. Please rectify and get it. Don't copy from here. This is wrong. This is what is the correct one. This is one. The second one is minus 8IR plus 9I1R is equal to 4. Okay, so you would multiply the first one by 2 and add them. So when you multiply the first one by 2 and add them, you will get 11 I1R is equal to 44. So you will get I1 is equal to 4 by R. Okay, anyway, don't worry, you please work on it. You please work on it and make sure that you are getting the answer. If we go from positive terminal to negative terminal, yeah, potential decreases. Positive terminal to, yeah, closed integral of E dl over a loop is 0 is given as Kirchhoff's law. What does it mean? E dot dl means when you multiply the electric field into length. So when you multiply the electric field into length over a closed loop, you will get it is equal to 0. That means what? E is equal to what? V by dl. So the dl gets cancelled. So all that he is trying to say, integral means sum. So the sum of potential in a closed loop is equal to 0. That is what he is trying to say. E dot dl means work done. Work done is equal to 0 for a test charge. Now work done per unit test charge is nothing but work done per unit test charge is nothing but potential. So the statement closed integral of E dot dl over a loop is 0 is given as Kirchhoff's law. What does it mean? It tells you that in a closed loop, sum of all potentials is equal to 0. So sum of all potentials equal to 0 means some places you get loss, some places you get gain. So loss and gain will be equal. That is what it means. EDL is electric potential, right? Right. So all that it means is that the net potential in a closed loop is equal to 0. Yeah. So okay, good. So please work it out. I might have made some mistake. Don't worry. I told you my job is only to teach how to do. My job is not to teach you. So IR by 2, IR by 2, then 0 current flows through RB. No, 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 no. How can it be? It cannot be 0 current. Okay, if you're getting it, it can be 0 current. If you found out and it is coming to be 0 current, great. Yeah, there is a possibility of 0 current also coming to this. Okay, so this is one way of doing it. Now, some of you may not like this idea of driver battery. What is this driver battery? I don't know. So suppose you have a circuit of this kind. Let's put numbers this time and then try to work it out. So suppose this is 2, 4, 1, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 1. This is 6 volt. Suppose this is 4 volt. So what you can do this I1. You can do this I2. So what will this current be? I1 plus I2. Come here. Again, how much will go this side? I1. Because I1 is coming, so I1 will be here. Then I2 will be going this side. So even this is perfect. So even now you can take one loop here. You can take one loop here. And then you can work out and get it. Can you please work out? Question, what is the current? This is 2 ohms, okay, 2 ohms. So the question is, what is the current through the 2 ohm resistor? So you can work out like this also. There is nothing wrong with this. No, it doesn't constitute a Wheatstone bridge. For a Wheatstone bridge, first thing is batteries can't be there. So the moment batteries are there, then Wheatstone bridge is ruled out. Okay. For a Wheatstone bridge, you can have only one driver battery, and then if it is there, then you can say it may be Wheatstone bridge. This is the circuit of a Wheatstone bridge. So if any battery comes anywhere here, then it is not a Wheatstone bridge. So this is not a Wheatstone bridge. Please work and get me the answer. Please copy it down. If you want me to make it font little bigger here. This is 3 ohms, 4 ohm, 1 ohm, 1 ohm, 4 volt, 6 volt, 2 ohm. Question is, what is the current through the 2 ohm resistor? Okay, first write down the question. No. There is nothing called as a driver battery. A battery has to drive current, right? So if there are two batteries, you can say that this battery is powerful, so this will be the major current. So like that you can draw. So there's nothing called as a driver battery. There's just a battery. So here what can happen is this battery can give power. This battery can also give current. So this current can be like I2, this current can be I1, this current here can be I1 plus I2. Again, current is I2 here, so this current also must be I2. This current must be I1. So accordingly, the current this side must be I1, the current this side must be I2. Now consider two loops, quickly work on it and write down the equation for equations and then try to solve them. The battery, a battery's job is to supply current to a circuit. Not all batteries can get charged. Only certain types of batteries can get charged. So if it's a rechargeable battery, it can get charged. But if it is not a rechargeable battery, then it won't get charged. Okay, we will wait. We'll reach there. We'll reach there. We have not yet found out how to find out. We have not yet come to cells. We will come to cells. How to find the potential difference if two batteries are given, we will find out. Don't worry. Just as we spoke of resistors in series parallel, we'll speak about cells also in series parallel. That time we'll be doing it. Okay, so let me quickly try to work it out for you. So here, let me write the two equations. So first for this loop, I will write. So 6 is equal to 4I1 plus 2I1 plus I2 plus 3I1. So that is equal to 7 to 9I1 plus 2I2. So this is the equation 1. The second equation, 4 is equal to I2 plus 2I1 plus I2 plus again I2. That means this is equal to I2, 4I2, 5I2 plus 4I2, sorry, 4I2 and 2I1. So I have two equations. 9I1 plus 2I2 is equal to 6, and I have another equation 2I1 plus 4I2 plus 4i2 is equal to 4. Yeah. So now I have to solve them. I can solve them. I can multiply this with 2, and if I multiply this with 2, I'll get 18i1 plus 4i2 is equal to 12. Already I have 2i1 plus 4i2 is equal to 4. So I will subtract them. So if I subtract them, I'll get 16i1 is equal to 12 minus 4, that is 8. So I'll get i1 is equal to 1 by 2. Okay, so I'm getting I1 is equal to 1 by 2 ampere. Now if I get I1 is equal to 1 by 2 ampere, I can now get the value for the other one quickly. So I1 is equal to 1 by 2 means 3. I2 is equal to 3 by 4. So I2 is equal to 3 by 4. So I2 is equal to 3 by 4. I1 is equal to 1 upon 2. Okay. So don't worry, we will work more questions in the next class, and then we will work one more class. We will be working out questions, and then we will see. Okay. Now, is charging a battery the reverse process of charge flowing out from a battery? Yes, it is. It is a reverse process. Okay. Okay, good. So see you again. Correct your papers and send me if you want to get your marks fast. Yeah, so if you can send them to me fast. Yes. Is sir in cells and EMF completed? No, I'm yet to start. It will take me at least another 2 classes before I reach there. We'll do more questions in the next class, and only then we'll reach there. These questions come in your NCERT exam. 100% there will be one question on the type that I am doing right now in your NCERT exam. Okay, so we are going to be little slow here, and only then we are going to learn. Yeah, so don't worry about it. Yeah, bye.
Okay, sir, thank you. Thank you, students. But before we go, I just want to tell you about tomorrow's schedule. Tomorrow you will have the same timing. First you will have bio class, then 9:40 you will have the chemistry class, then 1:10 you will have the max class, and 2:20 you will have the physics class. Timings are all the same. Okay, thank you.